Thank you so much for taking the time to do the interview with us. From a national and international perspective, what do you hope to see from this film, Hillsong, Let Hope Rise?
Yes. I think our greatest hope, if you bring it around to one name or one word, is that it'll point people to Jesus. And that's the message of who we are, what we're about, and what Hillsong is about. And so that in big, but I really pray that people have an actual encounter seeing the movie with God. In other words, they'll be moved by it. And we're believing that many will be moved to actually stand on their feet in the movie theatre and actually worship along. That's what we'd love to see happen.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and also that, that friends, will feel comfortable. They might have friends who don't know Christ yet, who aren't, whatever, and maybe not comfortable to actually attend a church service, but they might come to a movie theatre and have what is a worship experience there, and in doing so actually encounter the presence of God and encounter something that is like, beyond this world by the grace of God.
Okay. Phil Cook actually approached you guys with this idea of the movie. And Brian, your response at first was, why would anybody make a movie about us? Or want to see a movie about us?
Right.
So why was that the response when Hillsong has been doing so well internationally?
Right. Well, actually, it wasn't Phil Cook who approached us. I know Phil really well, and he's been involved in the journey.
Okay.
So it was a couple of other guys from Hollywood, and one of those guys had he actually went and watched Hillsong United in Hollywood Bowl.
Yes.
And he was not a believer, but when he went there, he just encountered something he'd never experienced before, and his hope was that will be the experience people will have in the movie. So, yes, I just think we really pray that this movie won't just be, a movie about Hillsong and pointing to individuals, but it really will be a movie that makes people passionate about their local church, passionate about the God we serve, and that many people will be there who don't know anything about Jesus Christ, who will start searching deeper, and that's our hope.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, church attendance has been falling just nationally. Why is it that Hillsong Church continues to thrive and continues to grow in various places around the world? Do you have any advice for pastors, for people who are trying to do the ministry or the mission?
Look, in the middle of those statistics that are obviously real statistics, I think there's a church emerging, not just an individual denomination or certainly not just our church or anything, but people have got to, I believe today, especially with all that's going on in the world, people do still have a deep desire to connect with something greater. So, I believe God, Jesus, and so I just think if you can take an old message and have it framed in a way where the message is still the same, but the way that it's received by people is just absolutely relevant to their world. I think people are looking for authenticity. And so from that, I think that is the explanation of why our church and other churches like it are moving forwards in the middle of all of that sort of negative statistic and so on.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much